Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Suci Aminah. I'm from class BBA 4. In this video, I wanna explain about my summarized midterm critical listening. Number 1, audio 1. About advertising appeals, that means the main message in the advertising compare appeals that use fact and appeals that use emotions. Because later we can use these two categories to classify many aids. Topic 2, discussion of what influences how people make purchases. Topic 3, the company gives the product turns out to be one of the most important factors in product success. Audio 2, 1, transition lecture language. Yesterday, they talked about news coverage and its effect on people today, and this morning talk about another kind of coverage. And that's the coverage of celebrities in the mass media, celebrities, movie stars, of rocker stars, and people like that in the media. New idea, talk about another kind of coverage and the coverage of celebrities in the mass media. Number 2, transition lecture language. Newspapers were starting to lose money. More people were getting the news somewhere else, not from newspapers. 5 TV newspapers began to print more news about celebrities and fewer articles with real news. New idea. Now, here around the fact, people buy celebrities news, people buy newspapers to read about movie stars and other celebrities. Number 3, transition lecture language. Research about children in the media shows that kids today know much more about the lives of rock singers and movie stars than kids of the part, and today know much less about world and local events. New idea. Most media experts will tell you that the amount of celebrity coverage is not going on stop. Audio 3, 1, transition lecture language. I want to focus on the differences in how different people work and live. New idea, flow of different people work and life. 2, transition lecture language. Talk about the trend that we see their days, and that is that people balancing their work in their leisure. New idea, trend of that people balancing their work in their leisure. 3, transition lecture language. Talk about the basic description of the family. New idea, basic description of the family. Audio 4, 1, word technology. Lecture language. I'd like to look at the recent history of communication in recent story. We see that communication has recently been influenced by technology. Definition, use and knowledge of any two I that humans have invented and a view technologies that make it easier to get and share information. 2, word television. Lecture language. Television is one technology you all certainly know that television is by technical definition. Definition, television is a system for sending out and receiving moving pictures and sound over a distance. 3, word radio. Lecture language. We all know that radio is in a general sense, but if we describe its technology, then by radio. Definition, radio is system for sending out signals without wires. These two technologies, television and radio, are two major ways that information is transmitted to large audiences. Last audio 5. 1. Important information lecture language. Discussing two fairy tales. One is very old, Cinderella, the story of a poor girl who marries a prince, and the other is very modern, Harry Potter, the story of a boy who discovers that he has magical power. It is important to note that the themes in older stories like Cinderella still have great meaning today. Important information. Cinderella and Harry Potter have a lot in common. Cinderella is a poor girl who married a prince, and Harry Potter is a boy who discovers that he has magical power. 2. Important information lecture language. Both characters are taken in by other family members, and the families are very unhappy about having to do this. Both live in homes that are terrible places for them, where they are not happy and not loved. Important information. Both are taken in other family, and they are not happy and loved. 3. Important information lecture language. Both have a wish that we see in many fairy tales. They wish that they could be somewhere else, leading a different life, and have a miracle happens. Important information. They both wish for a different life and have a miracle happens. That is, they are given a change to life, a better life, and find their place in the world and people who love them. I think that's all for my summarized midterm critical listening. The last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.